If you ever want to trade tactics, I'm always ready. If you ever want to trade tactics, I'm always ready.
Okay, hello, mic check, test, test, 1, 2, 3. Looks like it's working just fine. Okay, let me go ahead and turn my volume down and my fan down. Hold on, I'm gonna miss having my fan. I really love this music, by the way. I kind of wish I had my music volume up all the time when I was streaming the majority of the Notland. Notland? No, God. Not Natland. Not Cry. Although, I didn't mind Natland's music, but I really like Not Cry's music more. Okay, so, let me get rid of this real quick. I'll text them later. So, currently, this is where my Prima Gems are. I'm not summoning for Flynn's. I do want to, but I want Nefer more. It sucks because I actually do want copies of Ino, but I really, really don't want to risk getting an early 5-star, especially since I'm on a guarantee of all guarantees. I have Capturing Radiance, so there's that. But currently, I started with about 15,000 Prima Gems going into this cycle, or just barely up to 15,000. Hello, it's Ray. How's it going? And I'm now at 16,994 with all the login stuff and all the bonus Prima Gems from when this banner phase started. So, that said, I'm at 100 pulls, and I anticipate that, and not counting the intertwined fates, by the way, because I have 7. But anyways, I have 100 pulls right now, and I anticipate that I will end this banner phase with around 120 to 130 pulls. So we'll see how it goes. And I'm not going to be doing any kind of resin refreshing. I used to do that in the past when I got up to 100 pulls, but I'm just going to keep going without doing resin refresh. So here we are. I've already done Imaginarium Theater, and I've done Spiral Abyss. I've done Stygian Onslaught. I have all the rewards. The only thing I haven't done is the event, and I do plan on doing a little bit of that as well. But the main purposes of the stream is I was starting to think about something. I was pretty much raging out, and I am not pulling Flynn's. It's Ray, sorry. I was thinking about how I was crashing out because I just couldn't get Beidou to work. She's my favorite character, and I have a top 1% Beidou on Akasha, and I just couldn't get her to work in the Abyss. I just want to try again. There's a couple teams I would like to try out. Mainly, I forgot that I didn't have my Hydro bonus goblet on Kokomi one of the times that I tried. So there's that. And Flynn's is not a bad character, it's Ray. I'm just not interested in pulling him because I would rather save for a different character. Yeah. One of my favorite characters is Beidou, top 1%, and I just couldn't get her to work. 160 ER, and I'm not even on Emblem of Severed Fate. Like, that's not easy to do, and that's kind of like her
I'm always ready.
minimum. That's like where you want to be with substats and everything. And I'm just on 2-piece, 2-piece. So, all that's to say, I really thought I would do better with her, and I just wasn't doing as good. Beidou being on the team, unfortunately, it's not easy for me to admit, but actually it is kind of easy. Like, she's my favorite character, but I'm not blind. She's definitely a downer when it comes to certain teams that she can be put on, if it's not like a dedicated team for her. For example, one of the teams that I want to try. Oh, thank you. One of the teams I want to try out is Overload with Arlecchino, since Beidou does give me a shield. Downside is that if I try that on the second half, the enemies before the Magokenki, if they hit you while you're shielded, if I'm not mistaken, they get some sort of like shield of their own. And an Overload team will have a really tough time getting rid of their shields, because I think it's fire based. So yeah, that's kind of a downer. I could also play her on like Overvape, so I can like throw in a Yelan, for example. But then I feel like my C6 Yelan is just doing all the work. Still, I wouldn't mind trying that as well. But yeah, it's gonna be tough, because if I try to do a perfect parry with Beidou, she has a shield the moment that she parries. And if they hit you, so you get the perfect parry, then they get their shield. At least I think that's how it works. So yeah, those enemies suck. But I'm still going to try to make it work and just see where it goes. For now, let's get some artifact farming out of the way. And I'm not a big fan of this enemy with this team, but I want my Llama to get friendship points, so I'm just going to keep playing Llama for a little bit.
Rest and rebuild!
Receive my blessing by the frost moon of old.
Share my knowledge! Covenant of the deep!
Lush as the moonlight.
Do I have constellations? Yeah.
Allow me!
Some of my characters have constellations. I only have one C6 character that's a 5-star. All my other C6 characters are 4-star units. Nope. 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 And no. Okay. Moving on. Let me go ahead and put the ring up first.
Receive my...
Let's play turn a little. Make yourselves at home. Let's move out.
With one heart, we pray.
Owie. Owie! Okay, I gotta work on my dodge.
Bring her up here! With all my strength. Minute.
Ow!
Grave transgression.
There we go. Yeah, not the best team for this domain, but I guess I could go hybrid mode. But yeah, I don't feel like changing it out. But yeah, no, I have a C1 Nilou. I always get defense with yeah. Oh! Alright. I have a C1 Nilou, so I could use that guarantee constellation thing on my Nilou, but I'm actually going to use it on my Shenhe. Because I've been wanting a C1 Shenhe for a long time. The next time they come out with that free constellation thing, assuming I haven't already pulled for Nilou on some sort of rerun banner, then I'm going to shoot for C2 Nilou. But I have a feeling that the next few not-try units are going to make the Nilou Boom team kind of ass. I'm probably going to be eating my words here.
For the everlasting
Comes out and I'm not correct or something, but...
Dance with the waves!
There we go, I can...
Minute to memory! Billowing surge!
Lush as the moonlight, with one heart.
With all my strength!
Okay, I think I know of a better way to deal with this guy. Get back in here. How much did you spend to get Yelan into C6? I didn't spend anything except for getting Welkin Moons and Battle Pass. Because during the time that I was pulling to get constellations and her weapon, I was always doing so from my reserves. So I had about I want to say I had around 10 to 12,000 Genesis crystals because I bought the $100 pack when these wings came out. It was like these specialized wings. So you could only buy them with Genesis crystals. So that's the only reason I even purchased the pack. But I was in between jobs and I was being very, very careful with my money. So all I ever did was just save Primo Gems. And I'll talk about my methods in a moment. But yeah, every time Elon had a banner, I would just pull like 1 or 2 constellations whenever I could chance it. And I got really lucky and didn't lose a single 50-50 for any of her constellations until the last few. Until the last few. So I had about C2 to C3 without losing any 50-50s. If I remember right. I could be wrong about that, but I seem to remember getting very lucky with
Let's wait for a little. Share my knowledge. Hold the line.
For the everlasting forest.
Ha! Yeah! Ha! Yeah!
Ah, I didn't know. Owie! And I forgot to use my Koku Heat.
Committed to memory.
Oh well.
Branches a song by the Frostman of old.
Torrent, bring refuge. Allow me.
There we go. Get all my energy back. Alright, cool. That only took a minute. 2 more condensed. Okay. Don't get my hopes up. It is an HP substat, which is not what I'm looking for, but it's still double crit, so...
Positions. Roll. Make yourselves at home. Rest and rebound. All eyes on me.
With one heart, we pray.
Covenant of the Deep.
Oh, I did it too late.
With all my strength. Committed to memory. The Temple of Wisdom.
By the Frostman of old.
And he's dead. Get there, dude. So I probably shouldn't have done the do. Oh, well, you know, that was the last condensed anyway. Whatever. No. Damn, I am just not getting any luck with these pieces. I mean, I'm primarily farming for llama, but it would be nice to get some good pieces on this set, too. Oh, I have 60 regular resin. I'll just condense 1 more and then keep it for tomorrow. I just did 5 condensed runs. Alright, let's go ahead and get that out of the way. Okay, so now that I'm done with that, how much EM does your llama... Why is it cut off right there? Llama have. Okay, so right now, with the Dendro Resonance, let's keep that in mind. Actually, let's check out Dendro Resonance real quick. Whoops, see, wrong thing. Alright, so I think Dendro Resonance at a baseline gives like 50. That's Gleam. Yeah, 50. Okay, so remember that there's 50 EM from Dendro Resonance. Alright, so right now my llama's at 10-15, and then when you use her skill, she's at 12-15. And then Dendro Res gives me the 1265, and then with blooms and stuff, I get another 20 to 30, so close to 1300, give or take. From artifacts, I have 660, and that's with main stat pieces, so these are all EM right here. I did not get very lucky on the EM on these pieces, but I did get a lot of energy recharge, which I do appreciate. This one wasn't too bad. I don't think there was... Oh, there was 1 misroll attack. My bane. But I also got some decent other pieces. Let me just go ahead and spec for crit rate and crit damage across the board real quick. Actually, it's already on that. I don't think I have gotten an onset with crit rate or crit damage yet. Actually, I don't even think I have an onset goblet that has EM. Yeah, that's pretty sad. So we're not gonna look for that. Although, let me see if I have an EM crit rate crit damage goblet. I do. It's on Nahida. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty sad. Yeah, we don't talk about that. Anyway, and then circlet. I have both a crit rate and crit damage circlet on set. So yeah, there's that one, and then there's the crit damage one. So as far as crit pieces, I have some pieces. This is the EM one that I got. No energy recharge on that one. This is the Feather 40 CV. Got really lucky, but no EM, so kind of sad. And then there's this one on the other set, which you could run her on the other set if you run Ino on this set here. I gotta remember the names. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Silken Moon Serenade, and then Night of the Skies Unveiling. Okay, I'm gonna have to try to remember that. So Silken Moon, if you run Ino on Silken Moon, you can put Lalma on Night of the Skies Unveiling. Alright, and then for flowers, well, I just got this one. Yeah, I don't have a decent crit rate, crit damage flower yet, so maybe this will roll decently or something. And then I have that one on the Night Sky. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now with doing like a DPS Llama on both sets. That one's HP, and then this is an attack one, so like both Flynn's and Nefer could potentially use that in the future. Okay, let me go ahead and put it back to the way it was. So EM for the circlet. What's this? Oh, I remember why I stopped rolling that. 2 missed rolls. 4-line start, 2 missed rolls. Yeah. I'm not even going to try to attempt to make that one work. It doesn't even have good substats. Alright, so boom, boom. Come back to the way it was. We'll leave that alone. And we'll leave that alone too. You know what? Just for the future. Okay. Alright, let's see how this rolls. Okay. Oh, and I gave Mika some interesting pieces because I've always used him on Exile. I'd give my Llama's Silken Moon artifacts to Aino, and then I gotta read the rest on my computer. Give me one sec. To Aino, and then farm Night Skies for it. Yeah, yeah, you farm both of them at the same time, so it's just that I haven't gotten lucky enough to be able to trade up yet. And I did make sure to use all my resin on Stygian when Stygian was allowed to do, or when you're able to do it. I even used about 20 fragile resin during the Stygian Onslaught event. Actually, I might have done 30. Because, yeah, that event, when you can farm artifacts with Stygian, is one of the best ways that you can use your fragile resin when it comes to artifact farming. It is such a good investment. With all the extras that you get, it's just such a good investment. Alright, alright, give me crit damage, please. If you don't roll crit, I don't want ya. 7, okay. Yeah, we can only farm for 10 days. Yeah, it's pretty lame. Okay. Alright, come on. Keep going. Let me do something real quick before I just give up on that piece. I do have this one, and it is a crit rate set. I think it's safe for me to give up on this piece. No good substats, at least not currently for the units that could use it. And this one has way better crit rate, and it has EM. Even though it missed some rolls on HP, it still got 3 crit rate rolls. So I am going to give up on that one. I don't normally just do that so fast, but I mean, yeah. I mean, come on now. That's bad though. Alright, now to feed the junk piece into another piece and taint it. taint its soul. Alright. Here goes nothing. Oh. Where am I going? There we go. Oh, I forgot I had this too. Alright, here we go. Maybe I shouldn't feed that one. Hold on a second. Yeah, that gets me... Yeah, let's see what happens. 2.7. Wait, I need... So that's more than 12. So let's see, can I get to 16 from there? Okay, yeah. There we go. That's 16. What did I just get on the crit rate? 3.5. Okay. Crit damage 7. Okay. Yeah, I'll take it. That's a keeper. No matter how it rolls, that's a keeper. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, considering that's like the only good flower I've gotten so far with double crit, I'll take it. It's already 30 CV. Now that I have it, even if it rolls bad on this last one, all I have to do is just try to get something better later, because now this is worth keeping. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Double XP? Of course not. That's too much. Double? No? Alright. I'm such a stickler. Actually, I still have some purples left. Damn, no double. Double? No double. Okay. Not a good sign. No double? Okay. Double? Jesus. Okay. Okay! That was 3.9 again. So only one low roll. That's not bad. I think I started with 3.9 crit rate. Let's calculate this. Let's tabulate this up. Plus 13.2 or 2.5 because I fat fingered it. Okay, so I'm at 41 CV on that piece. Holy shnikes. All right. Anyway, I really gotta stop cussing. Okay, so dang. Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. I'm definitely gonna mark that. So just so that I don't accidentally feed it or something. I tend to mark my pieces that I don't want to feed or that were 4-line start. So that's been fed. All right. Also, for anyone wondering that's watching now or in the future, Aino doesn't need EM. She scales off of EM and attack, but all you want is energy recharge. Give her the support set and give her energy recharge. She just wants to burst. That's it. That's all you need for Aino. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Just get her constellations when you can and give her plenty of energy recharge. Okay. So that was cool. I'm really happy with that. Wow. That was lucky. Okay, so going back to my story of Yulan. Okay, so here's my method for saving Primogems. I've mentioned this a couple times in other videos, but I've never really made a dedicated stream or video talking about it. Oh no! I just saw what you typed. Oh, gut punch. Oh, I know that feeling. It's not. I didn't have a 48 CV piece, but I did have a Pyro Goblet that was, with crit rate alone, it was close to 30 CV, but it had no crit damage, and it did have attack substat. So I used to use it on my Yoimiya. Then I got a better goblet, and I just kind of had it sitting around. It was a Tenacity of the Millilith goblet that was Pyro with like 14 something crit rate, and I was like, all right, I gotta make sure I keep this. I had it on my Arlecchino, but then I got a better attack goblet, and I found myself doing more damage with the attack goblet, so I just stopped using the Pyro goblet. But for some reason I unlocked it. I don't know what came over me. I don't know how I did it, but I unlocked the Pyro goblet and fed it into something that I didn't even realize I did it. I just remembered, hey, where's my Pyro goblet? and I only had the other goblet that was on Yoimiya. I rarely get pyro goblets. It's so that was like the worst decision I've ever made in my whole life when it came to this game. Okay. What else did you say here? With EM and ER substats and oh god. Oh, Golden Troop. Well, the ER is nice. I don't know about EM though for Golden Troop. Well, no, Official. Official can take advantage of EM. Damn, man. I'm sorry to hear that. Golden Troop too. Yeah. All the main domains have always been really. You know what? No, I'm not gonna say the main domains. Just my artifact luck sucks. Okay. I'll mention this thing about Prima Gems real quick. So let me start so I can. Yeah, there we go. Not so much loud music or anything. So, Prima Gems. The way I was saving my Prima Gems when I was in between jobs is I would always just save as much as I could during each patch, and I had a rule for myself that if I was going to pull on a unit, but it wasn't someone that I was willing to spend all my resources on, I would only do 20 pulls. So, when Neuvillette came out, I actually pulled for his weapon. It wasn't because it was his weapon. Hu Tao's weapon was on the banner, and I wanted Staff of Homa. So I didn't actually pull for Neuvillette, I pulled for Staff of Homa, and I got the book instead. Because I wasted so many resources on that, I didn't pull for Neuvillette as well. And I didn't pull for Riceley either. I wanted to, but at the end of the day, I was like, nah, I got a top 1% Ayaka, I'm good. So, so I skipped a lot of units in Fontaine, and obviously Yelan came out just before Sumeru, so whatever reruns that she had in Sumeru, I pulled for. I think I got her C1 when she first came out, and I didn't use any Genesis crystals. The only money I had spent up to that point and up to now is just on Welkin Moon and Battle Pass, but I always just used whatever Prima Gems and Intertwined Fates I had. I'd never converted Genesis crystals into Prima Gems when specifically pulling for Yelan. You could argue that any Genesis crystals that I spent before or after might still count as spending money, but I want to say for all of Sumeru, I didn't convert any Genesis crystals, unless it was to buy skins, because I mean, let's be real, skins equals wins. Anyway, so yeah, got her C1, second rerun, I got her weapon, and I think I got her C2, if I'm not mistaken. And then she reran somewhere in Fontaine. I think she reran twice? I don't remember. But whatever the case, I had her at C2 or C3, and it was her last banner in Fontaine. I got her all the way to C6. I missed the 50-50 at one point, and then I just kept pulling. Ow, I just stepped on a thumbtack. Damn. That was so random. All right. So I just got her all the way up to like C5, and then I lost the 50-50, and then I just kept saving more resources. I kept building up more Prima Gems, and then I finally got her C6. And I did all of this while also still being able to get Arlecchino and her weapon, Cloran C2 and her weapon, and Farina. Not her constellations or weapon, just Farina. So I got all the units I really wanted to get while still being able to save Prima Gems. And again, every time that there was a unit I was kind of interested in, then I would spend 20 pulls worth of Prima Gems or Fates or whatever. Sometimes 30. It just depends on how good I was at building some Prima Gems during said patch. Like the latest Natland patch gave us a lot of Prima Gems. And this Nodcry patch gave us a lot of Prima Gems. So I probably, if I was going by the same rules, I probably would have spent 30 or even 40 as opposed to just the 20. And that was it. That was my method. That was kind of like how I kept myself disciplined. And then I would always save anywhere from 30 to 40 pulls worth with each banner phase or each update. Definitely more than 40 if we're just talking about the whole update. But with each banner phase, depending on how you do it, like doing the web events and all that stuff, and if you're a Battle Pass enjoyer as well as Welkin Moon enjoyer, You can usually save about 40 pools worth easily during each and every banner cycle. Not even just a full update, like the whole banner cycle. So that's like 80 pools per update. And there was plenty of ones that I have skipped in the past. So that's my journey. That's how I got my C6 Yuan. Everything else, though, pretty much spent money. I finally used my Genesis crystals when Shilonen came out because I lost my 50-50 at 80 pity. I was not happy with that. And it took me all the way to 81 pity to actually get the guaranteed copy of Shilonen. So, yeah, screw Natlan. That was probably my worst region yet when it came to pulling luck. Until Skirk, because I got an early Skirk, so I was really happy with that. Okay, so now that I've got my artifact farming out of the way, and I got a pretty good artifact to boot, I am going to now check out the event. Let's see what this does. So is this a co-op event? Score limit will increase to... Maybe I should just hold off on that. Ah, screw it. Let's just do it. I have no idea what this event entails. Hopefully it's pretty chill. Oh, it looks like a pretty chill one. Just by the picture alone, this looks familiar. Drivers can choose between different types of Okay, I don't think this is a co-op one. Yeah, I think I remember this one. Bonds, strong steady state. Seagrass, enhance your abilities to speed from defeating opponents and blah blah blah. Oh. Interesting. Well, that should be interesting. Why did I say interesting twice? Alright. Match. Oh, it is co-op after listening to the stories of blah blah blah. Alright, combat bus. Stage details. Here we go. Watery water. Oh boy. Spikefish. Destroying their armor. Okay, and then also explosives. Never stop deploying bubble bombs. Interesting. Alright. Oh yeah, I forgot about that with the hydro hypostasis. By the way, when are we gonna get another unit that wants to use the cryo hypostasis? We got one character, I think, and it was just Eula. She's physical, for crying out loud. Anyway. Take advantage. Vitality's full, becomes invincible. I like the movement speed stuff. Number of bombs. Increase the explosion AoE. Self-forged warheads. Gaining the ability to penetrate. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. Alright, let's see. Oh, what's this boss? Oh, there's different bosses. Okay. Alright, let's try this one. That was fast. Wait, are we competing? Or is this just working together to take down the boss? I get the feeling that I'm gonna be competing. Let's go with this one. Alrighty. There we go. Alright, what are the buttons? Where am I? Okay. Oh, that's me? Okay. And then triangle. Okay. Got it. Oh god, that was a Dodoco over there. Can I accidentally hurt my friends? Owie. Okay. Stage 2. Oh, I still got my big bomb. Okay. Did I hurt it? Oh god. Can't tell what's going on. I'm blind. I'm getting hurt. Sorry, buddy. Oh god. I can't even tell if I'm hurting it. Oh, here we go. Oh. I hurt myself. Ah! Owie. Can't tell where I'm at. Oh, I hit myself again. Where's my health anyway? Oh, I see it. Oh, there's the tube. Okay, I see it. Wait, can they help? Wait, so now what? Oh, okay. Most opponents defeated. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, wow. Isn't the cap right now 2,400? Okay. Alright, can I go back to my game now? There we go. I feel like that would have been more fun if it was zoomed out a bit. Alright, rewards. Oh, I have to play on each stage, don't I? Alright, well, let's go ahead and play on this stage. Alright, let's see. This boss. Child's Clanky Clank tank will be protected by special heavy armor. It will not take damage from regular attacks. You can destroy its armor instead by bouncing its own bombs back at it. Once its armor is broken, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Let's just go for it. tank will be protected by special heavy armor. Will not take damage from ranged attacks. Okay. What color do I want to be this time? That's more of a red. Let's go. Oh no, that's actually more yellow. Screw it. I'm blue, dabba dee dabba die. Yo, listen up, here's a story about a little guy that lives in a blue world. And all day and all night, and everything he sees is life is and everything is blue for him and his house and everybody else. Cause he ain't got nobody to listen to. Aw. Was I full on health? No, I'm not. I want movement speed. I can't seem to get lucky enough to get it. Owie. Nice. Aww, I didn't get any relevant buffs. Whoops. Let's try that again. Is it me or did my explosions get bigger though? Hey, there we go. Owie. Owie. Ah! Oh, I didn't need that health. Are we doing any damage to this thing? I can't tell. Aw. Ow! Oh, wait a minute. They're pushing. Oh, deflect the bomb with X. Okay. I feel stupid. I feel so silly. So what did I get? Environmental obstacles. I didn't get shit. I didn't get anything that round. Okay. Reward for dealing damage to the boss. For doing a little bit of damage. Alright, well now I can collect that. Whoops, whoops. Alright, so tomorrow I'll be able to get this, and then I'll just do that in the third stage. Where does that leave us? 400 away from 110 pulls. Cool. Okay, now to crash out on Spiral Abyss. Here we go. I think I want to give Shefus my Noblesse Oblige set from Diona. So I'll trade up with Diona. Alright, she's already spec'd for Noblesse. I guess I'll just keep the healing bonus circlet. Nope. Let's see where I'm at now. 165 ER, not great, not bad either. Almost 40k HP. Ah, damn. Certainly could be better. I'm gonna give her Fab Lance, even though she doesn't have much crit rate. Oh god, that's terrible. Still, if she does crit, that's some white particles to everybody else. And I'm either gonna use Eonsun or Fischl. I feel like Eonsun will be better though. So I'll give Eonsun a Fab as well. Even though this is much better for Eonsun solo. She has more chance to block it. Okay. And then for the first team, I know I need healing and electro charge, so this is going to be interesting. I'm not going to look at the enemies. I'm pretty sure I can figure it out. So I want to use Frina, Yalan. No, wait, hold on. How do I want to do this? I probably should lead with Kokomi. So like Kokomi, Farina, Yalan, and then I'll use... There he is. Let's see, view character. Yeah, he's got scroll. Okay, just one off. One off from C6. Alright. So that's plenty of damage bonus from the scroll, Yalan, and Farina for Kokomi to do relevant damage. Okay, God, I feel like I'm going to regret not looking at the first, or at the enemies on the first half, but I think I remember it mostly being that I needed healing. That was one of my biggest problems. Okay, for the second half, there's a lot of ways I can do an overload team, but primarily what I want to do is I'm going to try Eonsun instead of Fischl, even though I don't have like C6 Eonsun. And then we'll go Beidou. Actually, instead of that, because Eonsun wants to burst after skill, so it's not like I can funnel particles to Beidou. So instead, I'll use Shechus into Beidou. We'll see how that works. Okay. Here goes nothing. I'm going to mute because I know I'm going to crash out. I don't want people to hear that again. Holy crap, it gave me a crit card. Crit Kokomi, let's go.
Hold the line! Inside shadow. Let mine echo and so... Where are
Gotcha. Game's up. I'm so...
Not too far now. Go! You're
Feeling
Quietly now. Gotcha.
time to shine!
Quietly now. Things are about to get dicey.
free! Tell me what you see.
Turn! Bring refuge!
Gotcha.
Strike a pose!
Quietly now.
Stronger! On hook! You asked for it! Stop right there! Final warning!
Eyes on me!
Not the cleanest, but it worked.
Yeah.
Allow me! Yoo-hoo! Let my name echo in song!
Here comes the catch. Gotcha.
Farewell. Go. You're free.
Billowing surge! Rest and rebuild!
Busted. Game's up. Fun's over.
Strike a pose! Let the world come alive!
You're free. Tell me what you see.
Taurus, bring refuge! Let's move out. Hold the line!
Gotcha. Quietly now.
Time to shine! Yoo-hoo!
These are about to get dicey.
Farewell. Go. You're free now.
Okay, so this is what I don't get about the boss. It still like exploded even though I was healing it. I don't understand that. Also, there goes all my energy. Shit.
Step aside! Let's... You asked for it! Drop your weapons! Stop!
And this is where I want to crash out. 160 energy recharge, and I still didn't get my burst back on my Beidou. You know, I'm gonna retry just because I feel like I could have done better on the first half anyway.
Yeah.
Shower me with praise! Let the world come up!
Here comes the catch.
Not too far now. Tell me what you see.
Taurus, bring refuge!
Gotcha. Busted.
Damn, I still don't get how to do it. So there is a way to negate that debuff. And you can do it with Yulan. You can just kind of like go blow right past it. But you have to kind of lure it to one side. Because it's a massive AoE. But there is a way to avoid it. And I've seen it done. I just have no idea what the range is. Alright, continuing on.
Rest and rebuild! Time to shine!
Game's up. Fun's over. Gotcha.
Go. You're free now.
Covenant of the Deep! Let my name echo in song!
Busted. Here comes the catch.
Alright, Yulan's not gonna have as much energy this time. But I think everyone else was good.
Stronger! On my mark! Hands where I can see them! Final warning!
Back at ya! Eyes on me!
So this is where I get annoyed with these enemies because their attacks miss sometimes, and it's so freaking frustrating when I'm trying to do a perfect parry with Beidou.
Stop right there!
Oh my god, I hate these freaking enemies. This is where I want to crash out sometimes. Holy crap.
Overruled! Quick as a flash! On my mark! You asked for it!
Power that ended Haishan!
Your journey ends here.
Dance with me!
Your sacrifice is ready.
The show's only faster and stronger. Start. Justice will prevail. Final warning. Stop right. Eyes on me. Think fast. Not done yet.
I kind of wish I saved my burst on Beidou there. I'm gonna regret that.
What a waste of time!
Yoo-hoo! Time to shine.
Game's up. Fun's over. Gotcha.
I'm free. Time to say hello.
Billowing surge. Let my name echo in song.
Things are about to get dicey.
Allow me.
Go! You're free now!
Take it easy.
Turn, bring refuge. Shower me with praise. Let the world come up.
Quietly now. Gotcha. Game's up. Fun's over.
Farewell! Tell me what you see.
Rest and breathe.
Quietly now.
Covenants of the deep. Strike a pose.
Busted. Things are about to get dicey.
I could have played that so much better. I kind of want to restart, but we'll see what happens.
Controlled breathing. Let's move. Hands where I can see 'em. Final warning. Final warning.
Laid to bed.
Faster, stronger. On my. You asked for it. Drop your weapons. Stop right there. To ashes. Quick as a flash. Start them. Justice will prevail. Final warning. Drop your weapons.
No. See, this is where I have a problem. So Beidou is supposed to be able to just stand on this and then get the perfect parry. But look at what's going on. It's not working right. In the past, I have been able to do that. I don't know why it's not working now. Like, that's not normal. I know in the past with Triple Kenki, I've been able to just stand on the ice, and it does passive damage. So you're supposed to be able to absorb the hits with Beidou's parry, and then it gets a perfect, massive parry, crazy damage. But for some reason, it's not working right. And this is, again, where I feel like I don't know if it's just like a glitch with Beidou, or if maybe it was a glitch before and they fixed it and now it's working as intended, but I'm not used to it. So I'm thinking, oh, I'm supposed to get a perfect parry. So it bugs me because it's like, this is my favorite character and they took even that away. I don't know, maybe I'm misremembering that, but I feel like I've always been able to get the perfect parry just for standing on the ice, but it's just not working. How much time did I have left? I think I can finish it. Yeah, I can actually.
Overruled. Faster, stronger.
Just not happy with
Final warning.
where I was.
Eyes on me.
Oh wow,
This is where
that's good.
transfixed.
I actually am not gonna be able to finish. That's sad. Yeah, I talked too much. Okay. I can finish it, it's just, that was just freaking sad. Oh, maybe I should do this. Then again, if I do get that perfect parry.
What a waste of time!
At least I'm not crazy. Like, I knew something was up.
Gotcha. Game's up. Sun's over.
Go! You're free now!
Billowing surge!
Owie.
Shower me with praise! Let the world collide! Busted. Things are about to get dicey. Quietly now.
Time to say hello.
Torrent, bring refuge! Strike a pose! Time to shine! Busted. Game's up. Fun's up.
Not too far now.
Quietly now. Rest and rebound!
Go! You're free now!
Terminus of the deep!
Laid bare.
On my mark! You asked for it! Stop right there! Stop right there! Witness my rise!
What am I doing? Why did I do that? Oh, why did I do that? There goes all of Eon's stuff, by the way, because I just did that stupid shit. Is that guy gonna attack or what? Okay. Yeah, this is a scuff run. I can't believe I did something so dumb.
Justice will prevail! Drop your weapons! Stop right there!
Wow. Nope. Nope. I'm not gonna. Nope. Nope. I pressed the skill and got hit. I mean, they probably would have got the shield if I did and did succeed anyway, but that doesn't mean I have to like that it didn't work.
Quietly now. Here comes the catch.
Alright, this time I'm not actually going to use the wrong either. Really? I thought you had... Am I going crazy? I could have sworn that Kokomi had like Piper on.
Time to say hello.
Time to shine! Busted. Things are about to get dicey. Yoo-hoo!
Farewell!
Torrent, bring refuge!
Oh, shit. I was supposed to use this skill first.
Hold the line! Let the world collide!
Well, I messed up.
Busted. Game's up. Time's over.
He's free! Go! You're free now!
Billowing surge! Rest and rebuild! Strike a pose! Let my name echo in
Man, I really feel like I could do that in less than a minute if I just did better rotations. Alright, let's see how fucked up it gets again.
Laid bare.
Can I make you go the other way?
Hands where I can see them! Final warning! Final warning!
Okay, don't lose burst this time, right?
Transfix! Control breathing! Let's... You asked for it! Drop your weapons! Final warning! To ashes!
Laid bare.
Everlasting as the moon! Transfix! Faster! Stronger! On my march! Hands where I can see them! Stop right there! Stop right there! Eyes on me! Quick as a flash! Let's... Justice will prevail! Drop your weapons! Final power that ended life! Overrule!
Ah, I almost finished it with Beidou. That would have been so sweet. Ah, they denied me my Beidou finish. Well, I still made Beidou work on a team, so I'm happy with that. But okay, it just took some getting used to. I can't believe the ice ground didn't give me the perfect parry, but I'll take it. Still kind of annoyed that I had to use my C6 Yalan. But you know that was an old school team that I used to use was Kokomi. Um, Granted, I did use Auroron, but oh, you know what? Because the old school team did use Kazuha, but I do think I remember seeing something where you could actually use Kazuha with the Knuckle Duckle, and you had to get a hit. I think it hits you with electro damage, so you can do that, swirl electro, and then just use all the other Hydro units. So I probably could have done that same team, but with Kazuha instead of Auroran, I probably would have gotten a similar result. I completely forgot about that. Damn. Then I could have used Auroran instead of Eonsun. I mean, granted, Eonsun gives you the attack buff, so I mean, I'll take it. Well, I'm just glad I was able to make Beidou work. I haven't used Beidou in Spiral Abyss in such a long time, and the last few times I tried, just couldn't clear. So I'll just take it. C6 Yuan or not, I earned that Yuan. So I can't sit here and say that, oh, you know, it's a C6 carry or something. Because to hell with that, I worked for that. I didn't just pay for my wallet to get that C6 Yuan, so I mean not directly anyway. Drinking my water, always good to stay hydrated. I am curious now to see how my llama will do, because now my llama's 80 ascended and she's got some talents in her. But I still want to wait until I have a good set, like a good crit set, because llama is, I feel like, maybe it's just me, maybe I'm talking out of my ass here, but I feel like with all the indirect elemental mastery buffs you get from other units, you could just get away with running llama on a DPS build, even on a support set. Because the support set gives you 80 EM when you're at Nascent Gleam, right? Dendro bonus gives you, I think, 80. Let me check it one more time. I should say 80 in total, not 80 right away. 50 triggering, yeah. Quicken, Bloom, or Lunar Bloom. Yeah. So you get 80 from this. And of course, if you have Kuki on the team or you're triggering Hyper Bloom, they can get a full 100. But on a Nilo Bloom, that's not possible. So I'm not going to count that. But yeah, my Nahida would give, depending on who's on field, you know, anywhere from, like, let's say 150 to 250 or 200 or so. I think it's 250 when the person on field has 1000 EM. But the on-fielder has to be the one who has a lot of EM to begin with. So I'm going to say, well, it could be around 100 to 150. Let's just be generous and say that Nahida would give my llama 150 because of llama already having so much EM built into her kit. So, with that said, let's say I ran llama on a Goblet and Sands, has to be EM, right? Let's do some math here. I'm really curious what I end up with. So, double EM. Let's say I don't get any EM on the circlet. Let's just say I get so unlucky that I get something like this. Or this. So then I'm kind of stuck with, you know, probably running a crit rate circlet is the best one instead of crit damage. But then I have, let's see, which one did I have actually? This one. Okay, so I have this, and then I just got a new flower. This one. Okay, so neither my flower nor my feather has EM on it. So that's two pieces without EM, and then my sands, I have this one. So that has some crit rate and crit damage. So The only pieces that I could really rely on are just the Sands and Goblet, and their EM main stat. I don't have a good crit Goblet, but I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just talking about the EM. So right now, we're looking at just 374 EM. My Circlet, Feather, and Flower do not have EM on them, right? So 374 EM plus 200 from her weapon. Triggering Bloom gives you 180 from Dendro Res. So that's 654. So now Nahita's weapon, because I have it, gives how much again? Additionally, all nearby party members other than the equipment character will have their EM increased by 40. There we go. That's another 40 right there. Nilu is on this one, so if I run somebody like Kokomi, she'll get healed. I don't think this is a good source of EM, though. I don't even know if it gives other people EM. Restore some character. Will be offered symbol. Yeah, never mind. This doesn't give EM to other characters. It's just for self. If she had Key, if I had Key for her, it would, but yeah. So 694 EM. Now we take that. And now what does Nahita do? Let's see. Where is it stated? I'm sitting at my computer, so I'm looking at my TV from the side. Is it her passive? Okay, it's her passive. Character within field increased by 25% of the EM of the party member. Oh, it's with the highest EM. Okay, so I was misremembering that. So the on-fielder gets the EM bonus, but it's based off of the person with the highest EM. So my Nahita has 1,000 EM, so never mind. Plus 250. So my Lauma would be at 944 EM, not counting her Ascension stat. Her Ascension stat already gives her a lot of EM. So with all those bonuses that I just mentioned, his weapon, the bonus from Lauma's set, you know, just the 80, or just this, oh, I said 80, hold on, minus 20. So 60 from this, I'm still at 924 EM anyway, so not bad. And then if you're building her for crit, let's say I had a good crit Goblet that was EM, not Dendro, because, yeah, I don't think her reactions, am I wrong about that? Yeah, I don't think her Lunar Bloom reactions care about Dendro damage bonus. I'm pretty sure. It's just based off of a reaction bonus, so just having the EM. So yeah, 924 EM. Let's assume that my Goblet had some decent crit stats on it, or something. And yeah. I think that would be a good build, honestly. I think that would be a good way to use Lauma. Instead of just being an EM stat stick or something like that, you could just build her for damage. And just the Sands and Goblet alone, with all the other benefits, like I mentioned before, get me close to, if not over, 1,000 EM. And I don't even have her signature weapon. I have the event weapon. So this might be a good investment, me trying to get crit stats on Llama. My ER would suffer, unfortunately, because I have really good ER substats on all of these pieces. Okay, maybe not that good, but I have ER on everything. So that would suffer. So let's just put it all together with what we currently have and see what it looks like. So I don't have a good EM Goblet with crit except for Nahita's, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Nahita's is the only one. Do I really not have anything? Okay. Yeah, that's it. So I can give Nahita a Dendro Goblet, because I do have a Dendro onset Goblet. I want this one for a little bit more EM. So there we go. Now let's look at it. 76 over 133 isn't terrible. It could be better, definitely could be better, but 76 crit rate is pretty good. And then energy recharge 187. Oh, that's terrible. But yeah, 778 EM currently without any buffs. So user skill. And now she's at 978. And then when Nahida uses her burst, she's giving close to 220? Something like that. 225, yeah. She would still be giving 225 EM. And that's if it's not going off of Nahida or Llama's own EM. Like if I've used Llama's skill, she has the most EM on the team. So yeah, I think this could work. And then I could put Aino on the team. Now, of course, I don't have good enough artifacts that I would want a support set on 2 characters, but if I did have good Knights... shoot, I still forget the name. Night of the Skies Unveiling. I'm just going to call it Night Skies. So if I had good Night Skies pieces, then I would use that on Llama instead. What kind of dress she is wearing? Asking for a friend. A ceremonial garment, if I'm not mistaken. Alright. Let me go back to what I had before. Not that one. This one. There we go. Let's go back to the EM circlet. And the sands. The one with the energy recharge. I could probably get away with using this one, but yeah, no. And then this. I think it was this one. And where are you? There you are. Okay. Yeah. There we go. Back to my original set. But yeah, there's definitely some stuff I want to try to do with Lava. I don't think I'm going to use her in the Abyss right now, but eventually when I build good crit stats on her, I would like to try her again and see how that affects her Lunar Bloom, since Lunar Bloom can crit. And I know that Lunar Bloom does not get affected by the passive, where is it? This one, until you have Ascendant Gleam. So yeah, there's that. What's the time in your country? 10 o'clock. This bloom and hyper blooms and all that stuff critting is just an added bonus, but the main thing is just trying to get her Lunar Bloom stuff to work. So when you hold down her skill to consume the Verdant Dew and get this to proc, that's where I want to see how much damage she can do. Oh, of course her burst as well. I wonder, okay, is it better to use her burst and then use her hold skill? I feel like if you want more stacks, you need to do her hold skill first. Let me read this again. Sacred Song. Gaining 18 stacks of Pale Hymn. Additionally, if Llama uses her Elemental Burst while she has Moon Song, or she gains Moon Song within 15 seconds of using her Elemental Burst, she will consume all Moon Sign stacks and get 6 stacks of Pale Hymn for every Moon. Ah, okay. So you can use her Burst and then skill. Because her skill... There we go. It's highlighted right there, Moon Song. So it can be unleashed when you have at least 1 Verdant Dew. Llama consumes all Verdant Dew and intones a Hymn of Eternal Rest, dealing 1 regular instance of AoE danger damage and other instance of AoE danger damage that is considered Lunar Bloom damage. Each Verdant Dew consumed will give Llama 1 stack of Moon Song. Each time you hold it to cast Elemental Skill, a maximum of 3 Verdant Dew can be consumed in this way. Additionally, when Llama's Elemental Skill or attacks from Frostcore Sanctuary hit an opponent, that opponent's Dendro and Hydro resistance will be decreased for 10 seconds. Okay, so yeah, you could use her burst, and then within 15 seconds, use her hold skill. This increases Lunar Bloom damage, which would then, just in effect, it would increase the Lunar Bloom damage you do here. So yeah, Llama, I think the best way to build her is DPS with the support set. Mainly because she will benefit from this. I don't know how it's going to be when Nefer comes out, because I've been seeing some stuff about how they might not be able to share Verdant Dews. So I have no idea how that's going to work. But currently, with just Llama on a Bloom or Hyper Bloom team, kind of gassy, so I'm like trying to hold in a burp right now. With just Llama on a Verdant Dew or on a Bloom or Hyper Bloom team, you could build her for DPS, and it depends on what your support units have. So, let's say, for example, someone has instructors that gives more elemental mastery, albeit for a short period of time. I don't recommend it, but yeah, you could do that. Hyper Bloom, you know, obviously the person proccing the Hyper Blooms is the one that wants the most EM anyway, so you would just make that your Raiden or Cookie. Putting that on Raiden is blasphemy, so I'll just say Cookie. I see, I don't get it. It's a ceremonial garment, like it has leaves and stuff on it. So yeah. Oh, you retracted your message. I just saw that. Okay. What don't you get? What was I doing? I think I wanted to do one more of this run, but I forgot what I was going to try to do. The thing you said about the damage stuff. Oh, okay, so Llama's... The way people are building now, Llama right now, for the most part, is just like stack as much EM as possible. But depending on the team that you're on, she gets a lot of EM without having to stack it with substats and main stats and stuff like that. So right now, I have her on a full EM build, just as much EM as humanly possible within the artifacts that I've gotten so far. What I was saying is that you could theoretically build her as a DPS. She would still be contributing to the whole Lunar Bloom buffing and stuff like that. So like this passive right here, Nascent Gleam, if the part in the middle, she still increases crit rate and crit damage for blooms, even when you build her on DPS, because that part of her kit doesn't care what your EM is. It's 7 in the morning. Well, why did you ask if you don't get it? I'm going to answer your question. Point is, you don't have to build Llama as a EM, holy EM build. Like, you don't have to wholeheartedly just put as much EM on Llama as possible. You could get away with just focusing on getting an EM Goblet and EM Sands, and even if all your other pieces suck as far as EM substats, that's fine, because it just depends on the units that you have supporting her. Like if you have Nahida with her weapon, she's giving like 40 EM plus Dendro Resonance. That's giving you another 50 to 80 EM, just with that alone. Llama on the event weapon that I have right now is giving 200 EM just for using her skill. So all that's to say, when you do her kit, you could get a really massive nuke from the Lunar Bloom damage from holding her skill after you use her burst. EM, it's Elemental Mastery. Like ER is Energy Recharge, so EM is Elemental Mastery. And a lot of people that are asking how to build Llama or making guides and stuff, a lot of them are saying like, oh, you should just build Elemental Mastery and that's it. But honestly, I think you should build her for damage. Obviously, you're not going to be normal attacking because her normal attacks are terrible. But yeah, her skill, she has the potential to have a lot of front-loaded damage. I only played this game for a week though. Oh, okay. Yeah, I do play a lot of different games on this channel. This is kind of the main one, but I don't remember when you started watching me, so I don't know what game I was playing at the time. Tomorrow I might stream some Tower of Fantasy. Depends on if my crew is on or not. Okay. Well, that's enough for me. Oh, you know what? I did just forget that Yalan was buffed during that Abyss run. So maybe that wasn't a fair run. No. That was a fair run. I had plenty of time to spare once I finished it. And I even did, like, scuffed rotations. Oh. Shiro Yuki. No? Okay. Okay. How long have I been streaming? An hour and a half. It's already 10 o'clock. I gotta open tomorrow. Is there anything else I could do right now that I haven't done already? You know, I'm a little sad that I don't see any more on anecdotes. I uninstalled it because I didn't play much, and it was occupied 30 plus GB in my phone. Ah, that makes sense. Yeah, a lot of people play this on their tablets and iPads now. It's kind of surprising how well people play it. I've seen some really good videos of like how people do combat on their iPads and stuff. Okay. Let's go talk to Ino. Oh, Flynn's has one too. Okay, cool. Let's go talk to Ino and Flynn's. Alright, I'm gonna mute myself here.
Yes?
Do you like kittens?
Based on previous established patterns when you asked me. Do you like snacks, Inefa? It was actually because you wanted them. Do you want a kitten, Ino?
Don't you think Ashru's a total cutie patootie?
I know. We have discussed this before. Our house is not suitable for pets.
I know that. I don't want a cat or anything. I promised you, didn't I? But say, Inefa, don't you think cats are cute?
I think cats are very cute. However, it would be even cuter if you could make me a vacuum cleaner that does not get clogged by cat fur.
I'll make that for you later. But before that, let me ask you a question. Inefa, do you want to transform into a cat?
I know, I do not understand.
What? Inefa's gonna become a cat? Traveler? Paimon? Are you here to play? Gotta say, your timing is perfect. Do you like snacks? I got snacks. You can have some. Paimon loves snacks, but maybe she shouldn't. What? Hey! When did you get a snack intake calculation module installed? Oh, good thing Paimon ate before coming here. Otherwise, she wouldn't be able to say no. That's because I heard some stinky brats gossiping and saying stuff like, "Ooh, Inefa's always wearing the same thing. It's so boring." They're the boring ones. Inefa looks awesome, and she's super interesting. But I, gave it more thought, and when I was making Inefa, I never asked her if she wanted to look like this. So, you want to give Inefa a new look? Well, it's nice to change your clothes once in a while, right? But I'll only give Inefa what she wants. I'm a super open-minded parent after all.
The body you made for me is perfect and convenient. I pay such aesthetic concerns no mind. If I hear something terrible, I will simply delete it or deactivate my auditory systems. Thus, this is a non-issue for me.
So when Ino nags you about making krumkakes, will you also turn off your auditory system?
No, I listen to everything Ino says because she's an important member of my family. And what you say is also of great importance to me. You are all my dear friends. My current records indicate that a majority of conversation topics between Ino and Paimon include eating various types of sweets or sneakily discussing where they would go to eat. The last record occurred in the middle of the night, so I must recommend you two eat less.
Oh, you don't have to keep that sort of record.
On the other hand, the traveler's speech is divided between commissions, caring for and helping friends, as well as dealing with various kinds of dangers. Traveler, I recommend you rest more.
Well, you've got no work to do now, so I guess it's rest time. Which means I'm going to make a nice kitty outfit for Nefa. Help me out, Paimon. And I can make one for you while I'm at it.
Don't agree on Paimon's behalf. Well, unless it looks good, then Paimon thinks that wouldn't be so bad.
All right, then we're all set. Nefa, make us some krumkakes. Once you're done, we'll have your outfit ready. Let's see. I've got my wrench, my pliers, and my krumkake bolt. Huh? Why is there a krumkake bolt here? Ooh, and here, you can have this as a souvenir. It's just something I cobbled together when I was bored. It probably does something, but I can't really remember what right now. I'll tell you if I do, though. The most important thing right now is to make super cute cat outfits for both Nefa and Paimon. What color should I... Never mind. I'll just lock the overall design in first.
Do not worry. Aino is an excellent craftswoman. I am sure whatever she makes will look great.
Alright, time to get Lynn's thing. His antidote. I guess while I'm here I can also get one of these little rocks. Hey you, go get me a rock. Thank you. Oh, you got me a lot of stuff. Thank you. Now I just need...
Save me.
What the hell? Oh, they're back to playing this game or whatever. I always like this one because when Aino points at an F and goes, there! It's just so cute.
Aino! What you doing?
Oh, hey! Perfect timing. I'm playing a game. Wanna join? Oh no, she did. She loves playing with me.
Then where is she?
Here.
I don't know what it is about this one part where she goes, here! But it's just so freaking adorable, and it just makes me laugh every time. She's like so innocent, but then you see where she is, and it's just like, what the hell is wrong with this kid?
Save me.
This is Nefa's favorite game. Cling Clang, Aino takes flight. She says it helps expand her horizons and exercise her joints.
But she's calling for help.
Oh, that's just for fun. Here, watch this. Nefa, time to go home.
No. I want to keep playing. Save me.
Okay, let's go get Flynn's anecdote. There we go.
There is indeed quite a lot. After accounting for daily necessities and emergency supplies, there's still enough to set aside in case of sudden visits from my colleagues. After all, my personal requirements are modest. It would be a waste not to save the excess and use it to help others in need. Lamp oil, candles, leather, paper, and pens. Oh, and a few bottles of strong liquor, and some emergency food, of course. Judging by your expression, I can tell you're wondering, what emergency food did you buy? Exactly. These supplies need to stand the test of time, so all of this food has undergone special processing. I assure you, unless you're on the brink of starvation, you don't want to try it. The cured meat, for example, is as tough as tree bark, and the biscuits taste like tossed-out newspaper. Even if you soak them in milk or vegetable soup, the best you could hope for is soggy newspaper. Well, there are times when one has no other choice. I've tried to extract nutrients from this food before. Well, eat might not be the best word to use. I have a somewhat more efficient method. Here, I'll show you. I suppose you could call it cooking with fire. There have been a few more desperate moments when I've been trapped alongside other poor souls. You should know, if I were to use the method I've just shown you in front of my colleagues, it might leave them feeling uneasy. And so I have at such times been forced to attempt to swallow this food, as they would. Though try as I might, I really was unable to swallow it. In the end, I broke it down into smaller pieces, some of which I stuffed into my mouth and some of which I dropped into my lantern when no one was looking. Unfortunately, my colleagues noticed how slowly I was eating and mistook my reluctance for concern, believing I was eating less to allow them more. After that, they patted me on the back and enthusiastically filled my arms with more cured meat and biscuits. Indeed, I was grateful for their noble act of kindness, and can clearly remember the taste of cured meat and biscuits to this day. Gemstones reflect the light differently in different environments. A gem by candlelight flickers like flame, while a jewel beneath the moon seems like a tear-filled eye. There are 1,000 forms to beauty, and gems are cut 1,000 ways. Such is the complexity of things both elegant and timeless. I'm in the habit of collecting these old gemstones. Some are even from other nations. Feel free to enjoy this collection whenever you please. Being as old as they are, they have lost some of their glow and appear a little turbid. They cannot compare with the brilliant luster of a newly cut stone. Do be careful when touching them, so as to not damage them. I've left most of them in their original casing.
Kind of hard to see the gemstones from here, but it's in that little box. You know, I gotta say, I'm kind of disappointed with Flynn's, with his build, his element, mind you. I mean, you could say that lightning is a form of fire. And so what I'm about to say, as far as what I think would have been good for him, might still make sense as to why he's lightning. But I truly believe, based off of like stuff about his story and just seeing how he acts, you know, with the blue flame and the lantern and all that stuff, I feel like it was a missed opportunity to instead make him a pyro character with blue flames. Just like how we have Arlecchino with like Blood Red Flame and Scythe and all this stuff. Flynn's could have been the Scythe wielder, and it could have been like Blue Flames or something. So I'm kind of sad because, yeah, again, you could say that the purest form of fire is actually lightning or something. Like, you could get away with saying that, but let's be real. His lunar lightning is still purple, just like all other lightning in the game. There's nothing special about it. It doesn't change color or anything. It's just purple. And yeah, no, I really do feel like he would have been so sick as like this Reaper type character. I mean, you look at his burst animation and he's got this like light blue glow, almost like, again, blue flames. Some could argue soulful flames or something like that. Or like pure, like flames in their purest form or whatever, like really hot or whatever. I guess technically the purest flame is white. I think that's the hottest flame. But anyway, I digress. I still wish that they would have gone pyro on flames instead. But for the sake of coming out with Lunar Charged and Lunar Charged character and stuff like that, I can see why
if ever
they
you
went
find that
lightning.
the animals in Nodcry behave in ways you do not understand, just ask me and I will explain.
Alright, Lemo, why are these birds acting like this? Are you gonna tell me? No? Okay. Shut up! Anyway. That was rude. Okay. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say about Flynn. Really cool looking character. I think they missed when they came out with his kit. I really think he would have been a cool pyro character. But then again, I have no idea who they could have come up with for Lunar Charge after Inefa, that is, as a main DPS other than him, based off of what we've gotten so far. I am looking forward to seeing what we get with Jehoda as well, because she's going to be an Animo Bow user. And it'd be kind of cool if she buffed Lunar Reactions and was still able to use a set like Viridescent Virenir. Then, on a team like Flynn's Inefa Aino, we could use Jehoda, or even someone other than Aino, and just use Jehoda to get a Moon Sign effect. Or if you don't use Inefa, you can use Jehoda with Flynn's and still get the Ascendant Gleam effect. That's what I'm trying to say. Just using Jehoda with Flynn's would get you that Ascendant Gleam. And then you can use someone like Yelan or... actually, yeah, both Yelan and Kuki or Official, and it would make for an interesting team. Probably Kuki to get some sustain. But I have no idea what they're going to do with Jehoda.
Have you decided where you will go from here?
Okay, that's enough, Llama. But yeah, I do hope that they make Jehoda a very interesting Animo character that's able to somehow enhance lunar reactions, mainly... for the time being, all we have is Lunar Charge and Lunar Blooms. It would make more sense if it was Lunar Charged. But if she did buff Lunar Charge in some way, she could potentially be a replacement for Sucrose. Because right now, Sucrose is the best we got with Viridescent Virenir, 200 EM sharing, as well as Thrilling Tales of the Dragon Slayers. So with all that said, it would be tough for Jehoda to just be able to outright replace her. So it would be at least cool if we could get a side grade to Sucrose, because we don't have any bows that are like Thrilling Tales. Well, not to my knowledge anyway. I mean, maybe there's something out there that passes EM or attack to the main DPS or to other characters or something, and I'm just not remembering it. I don't know, but whatever the case, I am interested to see in what they do with Jehoda's kit. She's likely going to be a 4-star, and she's going to be an Animo Bow user. We've got 2 that I know of that are 4 stars, Farzan and her. And then we have Venti, that's a 5-star. So, oh yeah, and Chaska. Chaska is a Animo Bow user as well, but we don't talk about Chaska as an Animo unit. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and call it there. Looking forward to seeing what we get in the future. I'll probably do the rest of the event off stream. I'm glad I was able to showcase my Beidou in a team that actually worked. I'm sure I could have done the first half without my C6 Yulan, but I don't want to. Anyway, that's all I got to say. So depending on when you're watching, I thank you for joining me. And if you're watching this later in the live section, hey, I appreciate you. Feel free to leave a comment if you'd like. So, with that said, depending on when you're watching, have a great morning, afternoon, or night. And just remember to stay happy, stay healthy, and just have fun. And don't forget that when it comes to these gacha games, you do not need to spend money to get good. Peace out, everybody.